You're listening to New Youth Radio, a show about global culture and local youth.
Welcome to the studio. My name's Amy Presley, and I'm a volunteer at Immigrant Services in Guelph. Today we're here talking to 4 youth about how they experience their life in Guelph and different barriers that they have, and then we're going to talk about the youth strategy. So maybe we can get you guys to introduce yourself.
Oh, my name's Toby Lee from Lourdes.
I'm Samira.
I'm Najeli and I go to Lourdes.
I'm Silvash.
Awesome, thank you. So before Rachel joins us, she's a coordinator of the youth strategy, and she'll talk to us a little bit. But why don't we first talk about you guys and what are sort of challenges that you experience on a daily basis that maybe the youth strategy could address?
One of the problems that we, as part of me as being a youth, is that finding a place to perhaps spend some recreational time, as in like a place to hang out with friends.
I have the same problem also and think that we need more places to hang out maybe.
So where do you guys hang out right now?
Well, I hang out at the mall and in downtown and at the library, and that's about it.
Yeah, downtown, like just outside, or is there a space?
There's not a space, just like shops and eating around downtown.
I usually go to my friend's house, or like if I'm bored at home, I just go for a walk, or like go with my friends to the park or something.
Yeah.
Library and basketball court.
In general, for in my opinion, is that one of the problems in Guelph is that it's hard to find a place to hang out. Which, in Guelph there's things to do, but as time goes by, as you grow older, as being a youth, it kind of gets a little old, and there's not a new pull factor that pulls you into doing something that interests you, because Guelph, as we know, is this really small town with not that many activities to do. And as you grow old, surely you'll probably have done all the activities. As part of the strategy, I would suggest is that we would create some new, or build some new places that can attract teens or youth to be more involved in some sort of way.
So in an ideal place to hang out, what does that look like to you guys?
It has to be a place with like variety, like different activities, or like even every time you come back there's a new thing, so you don't get bored of it. And like it has to be like big and
like structured activities, or sort of just drop-in activities, free flow activities?
Well, I like sports,
yeah,
and like being active and stuff, so something like that would be fun. Like, I don't know, I never tried rock climbing, but I think that'd be pretty cool. And like, I like going to places where there's like glow in the dark stuff, because I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, stuff like that.
I think as she said, I think sports are fun, and even if it's a lot of people there, it's gonna be really cool.
I picture it just being an open space. Like, I find that if a space isn't inviting, then nobody really wants to be there. So I picture like a really colorful place, and just probably has to have food.
Food's good.
Food is good.
So in another ideal world, where should this place be? Would you guys come downtown, or should it be by the mall, somewhere else?
Well, in my opinion, is that for the location of where the place would be, is that it's quite hard to pick a proper location. It's because it's Guelph, and it's quite hard to find a location where it's reliable to everyone. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to ask one of 4 of us, then we would probably say a destination that makes it reliable for us as an independent individual. But in general of youth, it's quite hard to pick a certain location where it's reliable for everyone.
I think that it should not be on the south end, because I find that a lot of Guelph's attractions are on the south end. Like, you have the mall, and like all of the hub seems to be on the south end. So maybe like in downtown, like you said before, or like on another side of town, the north or west end.
I think it's gonna be like everybody have different ideas of where it can be a good place to hang out. So I think, as he said, we cannot really say where is the perfect place.
Yeah, it depends where like the people are. Cause like in my opinion, I don't think downtown would be a very good idea. Cause if you want a place where you can go at any time, downtown at night is really sketchy, and I personally wouldn't come.
So you don't feel safe downtown at night? Well,
No.
that's an issue.
And I would say, like, put in a place where there's not many attractions, but not a place that's isolated, because then nobody would go either. So, yeah.
So do you guys take the bus places, or do you walk
Sometimes.
or
yeah.
drive?
Yes, I take the bus every day to school and
Or walk.
around. Yeah.
I don't take the bus, so I don't. Is it easy to get around? Like, do you guys get places quickly on the bus?
Yeah, I would say so.
So a place that's accessible by bus would ideally be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
For sure.
On the youth strategy, there's a couple, well, I think there's 10. There's 10 different target areas. Why don't we just sort of go through them and you guys can see if you think something's missing. Maybe they haven't captured yet. So I'll just read them out right now, okay? So there is, city wants to support youth in the services of youth voice, youth space, so what you guys were just talking about, youth safety, health and well-being, at-risk youth, employment and volunteer opportunities, the art, culture, identity and belonging, the environment, and transportation. So out of any of those, did they sort of jump at you as something that you see is missing, or something out of there that is important to you?
I would say that employment and volunteering is important, especially for teenagers, because as part of graduating from high school, you need to have 40 volunteer hours. So it's good to know of places where you can volunteer around Guelph. I don't see it as really lacking. I just think that there could be a little more done in terms of putting volunteer opportunities around in the city.
So right now, where do you get that information?
I get it from my school,
Yeah.
just in the guidance office, but I don't know. I've never really seen a place where I can find volunteer opportunities in Guelph.
Anything that you guys is important to you in there?
I'd figure that youth voice is a very great factor of this plan, is because is that Guelph is not just focusing on the adults of this community, but they're also trying to get some opinions from youth too. And it's really great things that they're trying to listen to, or giving us a chance to say what we feel like, or what our opinion is regarding to the community.
Mm-hmm.
The volunteering opportunities, I think that's very important to me, because like I like helping people, but like I don't really hear like of places where they like do volunteering unless I'm at school. So in the summer, I don't know like if some places need volunteers or something. So I think for things like that, they should make it like, I don't know, more out there.
Right, communicate it more
Yeah.
to everyone?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I like how there's the multicultural festival. That's pretty cool. Because you get to see, like, different, like, at the stage where, like, they dance and stuff, like, their culture, and, like, the people that sell things and, like, their foods and stuff. I like that.
Yes, I also really find the multicultural festival to be something that's engaging for maybe immigrant youth. And I think that we could maybe expand on that by maybe having like a group of multicultural youth throughout the year, maybe helping out with the organization of the multicultural festival. I think that would kind of add on to the experience.
And regarding to that multicultural festival, I was also there, and it feels really, and Guelph makes youth feel really belonging regarding to how they draw all the cultures together into one festival and make us feel as if we're all part of one world. And it's really unique how, and it's really great work of how they organize it too.
You could probably volunteer with them.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
I had a question about multicultural festival. Is it just once a year?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've seen a lot of people who are really, who like knowing about others' culture, and they have been into multicultural festival, and they said that's not really much for us. Like I've seen a guy who was really he'd really like to know about how how do you fast in Islam and the other things like that.
More specific sort of cultural days?
Yeah,
or just
I
more,
would say that.
Yeah.
Another great thing about our community is that we have this special language program at a school currently at St. Peter Catholic School, and for the summer, each day they would have all these classes regarding to languages, and it's really great how they makes us feel as if even though we live in Canada and we live in Guelph, but there's still this access to our culture and our language, our origin, and our kind of like perhaps core. And it's really great how they organize it at St. Peter's Catholic School every single summer, and every day there was these kids come in and they would be taught their origin language, and you would feel as if, wow, I'm learning my language and I'm in Canada, in Guelph. How belonging can I feel?
So you attended that?
I attended it for a year, and after that, I started to learn at home, of course, because it's, I don't know, I'm not a fan of school as much, but then again, it was a great summer that I had there. Just disregarding, even I don't like school as much.
I started the year before that, and it was during the school year every Saturday for 3 hours, I think, 3-4 hours. And then there's the summer program, which is the first month of the summer, and then it starts again at when school starts every Saturday. And so I've done it for 2 years, I think, except this summer because I volunteer somewhere else. But when school starts, I'm going to go back. It's pretty fun, and like you get to learn some new things and new people.
I was actually talking to my mother about the first days that we came here. Like, she wants me to go to Centennial, but I'm like, I don't have any friends and stuff. She said that was hard when you came here, and then I just thought about it. When I came here, everything was really impressive because what I was doing was way different than here. And
Tell us where home was before.
Pardon?
Tell us where.
My home was in Tehran, Iran, and it's a religious country. So women usually wear covers.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that really impressed me when I came here was nature, because I was living in the capital city, and my country is not it doesn't have much forest that has in here.
Well, when I came here, the only difference was the language. I guess nature was a part of it too, because here there's like a park for every neighborhood, I guess, or 2 parks for every neighborhood. And in Mexico, where I used to live, there was only like 1 park for like miles. So that was pretty impressive too. And yeah, the other thing that shocked me, that there's only 1 mall in Guelph, because over there's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 malls like down the street or something. And yeah, that was pretty impressive too. And the people here are friendly. You can just like see like some random person walking by, and then like they smile at you. And like some people like from Mexico, some people like just look away when they see someone coming at them or cross the street or something, because they don't want to talk, I guess. So yeah, I like how everybody talks to each other here, and like they're friendly and like they want to be with each other.
Well, I was born in Guelph, so I can't really say. I mean, I like it. It's a nice city. One thing that I do find in Guelph is that people are really friendly, and like even just on the bus, they'll go out of their way to help you compared to other places that I've been. So yeah, that's one thing that's impressive about Guelph to me.
Well, I was born in Toronto, so I came from there, and compared Toronto to here, one of the greatest things about Guelph is that it's really calm, and it's absolutely really friendly, as everyone says, and it's quite clean too. Yeah, it's great.
Not everyone can answer this, but when you moved to Guelph, was there anything that was really scary or missing that made moving here difficult? I know that's a huge question.
Well, one of the many things that was the transition between Toronto and Guelph for me was that family. Part of my family was in Toronto, and there was my mom's side, which was in Guelph, and it felt a little, it didn't felt scary, if I would use the word. It felt a little sad as a part, saying how I was really close to the family that I was with in Toronto, but as I moved to Guelph, it felt a little, something was missing, if that was someone missing. But then as time went by, I adapted to the environment, and I felt, okay, well, I can still visit them in Toronto, and I still have family here, so it took time to adapt.
The only scary thing for me was school, because my English wasn't very good, and I obviously didn't know anybody. Like, I had no family here, and I still don't. But, yeah. But as soon as school started, I met this one person, and then he helped me through the school year, I guess, yeah. Because, like, he spoke Spanish, too. And so then eventually our families, were friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, nothing scary, actually. I was actually excited, but nervous.
The thing that I would say was really scary for me was going to places that are not multicultural, like places. Even when 2 weeks ago when I came here for the orientation day, I was really nervous. What if I don't understand the word? What if I miss something that I didn't understand? Even from the first, I was really scared of that. Now I'm really better, but still nervous.
What grade did you guys move here in? Move to Canada?
I came here to grade 6.
Grade 6?
Yeah.
When I came here, I started grade 9.
Grade 9?
Yeah.
That's a big year. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. So thank you, everyone, for coming in and sharing your thoughts. Hopefully, there'll be more news on the youth strategy, and you can get involved, and we'll learn about how to fill out the survey and where the survey is and how you can become more involved in planning. And we'll hear from Rachel next. She's the youth program coordinator for the city of Guelph. She's here to talk to us about the youth strategy. How's it going, Rachel?
Good. How are you, Amy?
I'm good, thanks. So, Rachel, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do at the city?
Sure. So I'm the youth program coordinator. I started a little while ago, and I'd say my main responsibilities fall under Guelph Youth Council. I work very closely with them, and all the events that are going on. We have run Youth Week, so we had free events going on all week in the first week of May. We collaborated with the Guelph Wellington Volunteer Center on a concert in the square at the end of it all. We also took charge at the youth tent for Multicultural Festival, which was a lot of fun and a lot of responsibility, but it was a blast. We had a great turnout. Right now I'm working on the youth strategy, as I'm sure we'll go into further detail in a moment, which is taking up a lot of my time right now. But I look forward to when we start programming in September. We do Friday night drop-in at the West End Community Center, so a lot of programming there is going to be taking place in the fall.
Have you lived in Guelph for all your life, Rachel? Or
I actually went to the University of Guelph and did my undergrad in child, youth, and family studies, and was looking for a job and landed this, which I feel is just right up my alley, youth program coordinator. So
you decided to stick around?
Yeah. I love Guelph. It's a great community. It's right in the middle of everything.
So to get started, you just tell us a little bit about the strategy?
Sure. Actually, the youth strategy we've been working on since about June. It's for 2013 to 2018, so we're planning on working on it for the next 5 years. And what the purpose of the youth strategy is to make sure that the city of Guelph is a community that values their youth and is a great place for youth to grow up. That's probably our main thing, and that we want to make the city of Guelph a youth-friendly community is another important aspect to the youth strategy.
Okay. What does youth-friendly mean to the city of Guelph?
To the city of Guelph, youth are meaningfully engaged in what's going on with the city, and they help inform decision-making that relates to them and what kind of is going on for youth in the community. And they can go about doing this through Guelph Youth Council, which is actually starting back up in September. And they can also do it through the focus groups that we're starting up in the fall that are going to tie into the Guelph Youth Survey and the youth strategy. So one of the definitions of youth-friendly, I can give you a couple more that I think relate to how we define it. So we would create spaces and events that youth want to be a part of, and it's the whole aspect of youth voice. We want to know their opinions and what is going to make them engaged, and what do they want to see happen for the city for them is what youth-friendly to the city of Guelph means.
Yeah, no, that's good. Thanks. So you mentioned the youth council. Are they involved, obviously, in the youth strategy?
There are some participants involved, but it's more... Guelph Youth Council runs from September to June during the school year, so right now everyone's on holidays, of course. So we put it out there that they can be a part of it, but we're inviting new members to start up in September, and they can also, anyone in the community can get involved with this youth strategy plan.
Okay. And you mentioned focus groups. Want to tell us a bit about that?
Sure. So the youth focus groups are going to be based on kind of the results that come out of the Guelph Youth Survey.
Okay.
So we're going to run a couple youth focus groups from probably September to November and just kind of find out more about what they want. It's that whole youth voice piece. We want to be able to engage youth, and we want their words in the youth strategy because this is their strategy. The focus groups are a chance for them to talk and kind of dive into more detail regarding the youth survey.
Want to tell us now about the
youth
survey?
Sure. The Guelph Youth Survey is coming out in September. We're going to have a link online through the City of Guelph website, the youth blog website, Facebook, Twitter, all that jazz sent through our emails. And it is for anyone in the community to fill out. It's not just specifically for youth. So if you have something you want to say, then you're obviously more than welcome to fill out the survey as well. Obviously, we really want youth aged 13 to 18 because that is our kind of bracket that we're targeting for the youth strategy to fill out the survey. So the more youth that are able to pass it along through whatever means they are to pass it along, that's fantastic. Another way that we're going to go about distributing the youth survey is go to the high schools and youth groups just around the city of Guelph, and anyone that wants to participate is more than welcome to fill out the youth survey.
How long do you think it's going to be out there in the field?
It should be out for about a month to month and a half, I think. It'll depend on the results. If we get a lot really fast, then we can kind of close the survey and start taking the results and then start analyzing them. Yeah.
Sorry, and then you said you're going to do the focus groups after the survey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If you want to be a part of the focus groups or if you want to know more about the youth survey, then you can contact the Youth Services Department at the City of Guelph. Or you can check out the youth blog, which is www.guelph.ca/youth blog, and all our contact information is there.
Why don't you say one more time just in case?
www.guelph.ca/youth blog.
Perfect. So when I was looking over the strategy, not the strategy, the purpose and goals, and we talked briefly about that, the youth and I, about in the previous session, and we talked about the different areas, and they felt that the most important to them was a space to hang out in.
Oh, good.
It was volunteering and employment, sort of information and services. Youth voice was also important.
Oh, good.
So obviously you've captured those, but I just was wondering where those sort of came from.
We pulled a lot of the ideas from existing youth city strategies, such as the Community Wellbeing Initiative, which is out right now, the City of Guelph Strategic Plan, and the Parks, Rec, and Culture Master Plan. We've done a lot of research on comparable municipalities and kind of taken their ideas and worked them into all our research that we've already done. And we feel that these 10 areas are something of interest to youth and that they are important aspects of all youth's lives.
You mentioned that you've looked at other municipalities. Is Guelph sort of behind in this, or are we?
No, I wouldn't say we're behind. I think we've accomplished a lot, but obviously there's always room for improvement and we can always grow, and the people that are working in youth services are passionate about what we can do for youth. So if we can expand and make it a successful and a better place for where youth want to be, then that's our overall goal, yeah. Guelph Youth Council is definitely one of our biggest accomplishments so far. They are an opportunity for youth between the ages of 13 and 18 to have their voice heard at City Hall. And it's also a great opportunity for volunteering and getting involved in the community. We host events and plan activities for other youth in the community. We run the event Youth Week, which happens in May, and whatever else may come up along the way is kind of what Guelph Youth Council will tackle. So that is definitely one of our biggest things. Learning how to reach out to youth. Obviously, social media is huge. So we've kind of taken on that youth blog and kind of established it further and made it hopefully interesting for youth to check out. So we have meaningful volunteer opportunities on there. It posts all the events that are going on in the city of Guelph, and it's not just for the city. Other people can post. If they send in their information to the Youth Services Department, we can put it up online for them. And I guess a couple other activities that we have going on is that the City of Guelph does partner with the STEPS program, and they run fun and free activities for youth in the city. And it's a range. I've gone out to a few. There's rock climbing. We can do Muay Thai. They have Zumba. They have art programs. Like,
Cool.
It's a wide variety, and it's all free. And we also are partnering up with the Ward Skate Park, and they give free skateboarding during the summer.
So, Rachel, earlier when we were talking to the youth, they're youth volunteers from Immigrant Services.
Mhm.
So some of them were new to Canada. And we didn't specifically speak about the culture, identity, and belonging.
That's just one of our 10 target areas, but I personally I feel that's a very important target area. Basically, the city is always striving to achieve equality and inclusion, and that is what we're always working towards. We're developing, obviously, this aspect of everything, but it's kind of just more for youth, like what can we do for youth that are newcomers to Guelph, and how can we make them feel belong to the community? And that goes for all youth, not just immigrant youth, obviously, as all these 10 target areas are. I know that Youthopia here has a variety of different activities and programs that they run, and you can all check them out on their website, and you can also check them out on the blog. I think we have a pretty good relationship with Immigrant Services, as well as we're doing small action stories or feel-good stories, you could say. And I guess this is how I came about being on the radio with you guys today, is I reached out to Immigrant Service to find out if they had any feel-good stories about new immigrant youth coming to Guelph. I look forward to hearing all the stories that they have about kind of what we can do for them and what we've already done for them and that sort of thing. Feel-good stories are more not just what the city of Guelph is doing, but what is the community of Guelph doing? Like, not all our stories are based on specific things within the city. Like, we reach out to the Kelp and Headwaters program to tell us a feel-good story for our environment section. It's what we can do internally as the city, but what other resources are out there for you?
So, Rachel, do you kind of want to run us through a timeline of the research strategy?
Sure.
Or the youth strategy, sorry.
Yep. So September, the survey is going out. September, October, probably the middle of November is when the focus groups will be taking place. We're going to hold a public forum for everyone in the community at the end of November. And then beginning in December is when the youth strategy, the 2013-2018 youth strategy will come out for the city of Guelph. And then implemented, obviously, in the new year, because it'll be 2013 before we know it.
That's quick turnaround. Well, that's good about the public forum. Do you know kind of what you want to come out of the public forum?
It's just to give kind of the public, let them know what we are doing,
Gotcha.
and if they have any comments or concerns about the youth strategy. So,
Okay, thanks, Rachel. That was really great. And
problem.
why don't you tell us the youth blog address one last time?
All right, I'll give you the youth blog address and the email address. So you can check out the blog at www.guelph.ca/youthblog, and you can email us at youth.council@guelph.ca.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.